Well, I know you've been fishing Rainy Lake for a long time, and I'm sure you've seen quite the evolution of the fishery and, of course, how people fish this body of water. Give us an idea how you've seen things change over the course of, your career fishing Rainy Lake.
Well, the biggest change, we've had the graphs along I mentioned earlier this year. We used to sharpen them with a sandpaper, sticking it underneath the stylus and running around. Obviously they're LCR screens. The GPS came in, which is a huge thing, but the single biggest thing in the fishing industry that's happened, and for the consumer, is the invention of the mapping chip. Sure. You can travel anywhere. It's going to show you the rocks. I mean, you got to slow down. They're generally dead on, and it allows you to go. It leaves a track. You can follow yourself home. It shows tables on reefs. Unbelievable. I used to run around out here with a 3.5 foot long by 3 foot chart, and I lived with it. I never went without it. At nighttime, I'd be in our crew quarters or in our guide cabin studying charts, because you sit and look, and there's inside turns. Geez, look here's a little, it's 55 feet of water, and all of a sudden it says 38.
And now we've got all that information on that tiny little wafer of a chip.
And it's right in front of you, and oh boy. So that's great for anybody who wants to go fishing, and you can do this on almost any lake in the country, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean, companies like Lake Master have, great products for, many of the states here in the upper Midwest. I know from my personal experience, the first time I came to Rainy, I fished alone. I mean, I didn't fish with anybody that had any experience here, and it sure gave me the confidence to come out here. I didn't get crazy and reckless, but having that information on my GPS gave me the confidence I needed to come out here and get after these fish, worry a lot less about hazards and more about putting fish in the boat. That's why a guy makes the drive. Billy only takes us to the good spots here. We don't even have the trolling motor down yet. I made my first cast and I'm hooked into a fish. Feels like a walleye, feels like a real nice walleye. Same general presentation. I think what Billy was going to do was going to throw on a pike bait. Yep. He's not fighting like a pike. Big old walleye.
Really nice walleye.
You bet. Would you give me a scoop?
Yep.
Thank you, sir. This is one of those fish that just pounded it. You just don't get that out of those deep fish. These shallow fish like this, it's like every one of them. All right, yes! Oh, there we go. That's a sweet fish. That's one of those gorgeous ones, Billy. Got those real nice belly colors to it. This is the look that I prefer right there. Jig in the mouth. Thanks for putting me on that one. I hope this walleye likes pine tree pollen, because it's getting a mouthful. All right, girl. What a super fish.
Another long, cold winter got you down? Plan your next summer vacation with Rainy Lake Houseboats today and watch those winter blues fade away. Experience beautiful Rainy Lake in Voyageurs National Park in northern Minnesota from the deck of one of our spacious houseboats. Recharge while touring the lake or fishing for trophy walleye and smallmouth bass. You can get away from it all without giving up the comforts of home. Call us today at 1-800-554-9188 or visit us online at RainyLakeHouseboats.com.
Got him?
Yep, I do. Boy, he did not hit it very hard. But all that matters is I got the hook in his lip. Walleye.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a shore lunch fish, buddy.
Oh boy, it sure does.
I can call that good eats. Fantastic tasting walleye up here. 16.5. Perfect keeper, but we're not going to keep him. Back he goes.
Ooh.
Let me know if you need the net, sir.
Nice walleye.
Oh, he's nice dark back on that one.
Yeah, he's a coal black one. Look at him. Look at in the water here. See, they're throwing up those hatches. You know, people don't believe this about walleyes. Springtime, shallow walleyes, they're eating bugs. That's what they do. And he just barfed out a bunch. And they're not mayflies, they're just small larva hatches. There we go.
Now, why do you suppose the color difference, Billy?
This one probably just came in from right around the corner.
Gotcha.
You know, coming in to do his thing here, feeding, and
So
right
when they're
there.
dark like that, you figure they're deeper water, a little cooler water.
Yep. But it won't take long. I was going to see if they still have good teeth. I'm not going to stick my hands in to grab any more of those bugs, but he let out quite a bunch of them right there.
There we go. That was the most subtle hit of the day.
It was just.
Yep. But it's a nice fish.
Yep.
Real nice. The way I kind of see it in my mind is he just kind of snuck up behind it and sucked it in like a spaghetti noodle. Just
The sneak attack.
he got it all. All I see is just, oh, did you see that? Look at that.
Look at that.
Big minnow that he just spit up.
It's a big perch minnow.
Yeah, that's floating to the surface. There it comes. Come on, buddy. Oh, they're strong. He was hungry. If he's going to eat that and my jig.
absolutely.
Come here, buddy. There we go. You got the whole face full there. Nothing could be easier, Billy. You bet. What a nice fish. You know, when we're double blessed today, Billy. Good company, good fishing, but great weather too. I mean, this is the middle of May. There's what we're fishing. It's just that real thin profile, plastic. You're able to swim them, or like Billy's doing, giving them a real darting action just by manipulating that jig with just real soft twitches of the rod tip.
Nice and healthy.
Yeah. Hey. That's in there so deep, I think I'm gonna need pliers. And we get such a variety of colors, Billy. I mean, some of them are slate gray. And then we get these fish that are just gorgeous. That real classic, you know, gold, almost a yellow look to them. Back you go, sweetheart. Luckiest walleye in Rainy Lake.
You know, that fish regurgitated what he'd been eating.
Yeah.
Right at the boat. That bait that he regurgitated was somewhat digested. It's still floating back here. I'm going to take a look at it, but it makes you ask the question, are these dark fish that we're catching, have they been out on the edge of the break line feeding, and they're coming in here using the warm water? You know, their metabolism comes in here and it ramps right up. I guess after 45 years, you still ask yourself these questions every day. I guess it's what makes it interesting. Almost the exact same spot. Only a little bigger fish.
We won't need to measure that one to find out if he's too big.
No.
We're gonna know he is.
That one inhaled it.
Now that's what we want to see.
Yeah. That he's got it down way into the roof in his mouth. Yeah, he yelped that one right down there.